Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a three-time Pro Bowler, Derek Carr, leading the Oakland Raiders as they take on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. From up top, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, I hope you're prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Derek Carr is set and ready to roll as he leads the Raiders out onto the field. Carr in his 6th season, 28 years of age, former second-round pick back in 2014, and a lot of people feel this is a critical season for Derek Carr as a Raider. Remember, there were whispers that the Raiders might be in the market for a QB in the draft, even contemplated maybe making a run at Kyler Murray, but in the end, they stood pat with Derek Carr, hoping that he's the long-term answer. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. The numbers on the ground for Martin a week ago, 16 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown. On second down and 4, Carr. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. A look now at the Oakland offense.
And there's offensive tackle Trent Brown, signed away from New England in the offseason on a 4-year, $66 million deal to protect his new quarterback in Oakland, Derek Carr. No stranger to the Bay Area. First 3 years in the league were with San Francisco as a 49er. He can play left or right tackle.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The tight end Luke Wilson was the target, and it's third down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. It's complete to Grant. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Back to the ground, Martin. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. On second down, Martin. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
So here are the Vikings under 6-year head coach Mike Zimmer. They'll be led out by the 8-year NFL veteran, quarterback Kirk Cousins.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
A very good gain on first down, 9 yards on the dump off. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Passer defense.
They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
And running back Dalvin Cook was drafted in 2017 to be the lead runner for the Vikings, and he should love what they're putting in for him in 2019. This is a run-first, run-heavy offense as dictated by their head coach. Dalvin Cook should get more than enough carries to threaten 1,000 yards rushing this season.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
The absolute right player to focus on in this Oakland defense, linebacker Vontaze Burfict. Brought in from Cincinnati for one reason only, to help set a more aggressive tone for the Oakland defense.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 3rd down, Cousins looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Carr. This one complete to Doug Martin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Carr, and he slings one that's incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Carr now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now a run with Martin.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. Cook following the penalty. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 23 carries, 64 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. On the delay, this is Abdullah. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Now Carr, and the pass complete to Ryan Grant. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play, 2nd and 3. On play action, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
An 8-yard loss on the play.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins. The throw complete to Beebe. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. To the air again, it's Cousins. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now Cook. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Amir Abdullah, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 10-3. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Carr now to throw, and that is incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Play action, now it's Carr. Space to maneuver. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
On 2nd down and 4, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, Cousins. This a screen to Abdullah. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
And now Derek Carr, he is the focus of our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. On 2nd down, it's Martin. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Offense.
That's on the Raiders' big money man, the free agent tackle Trent Brown. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw. It's complete to Grant. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Carr completes it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield.
Holding.
Let's get the call. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Let's go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr, his throw incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now Carr again. Caught by Wilson. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. First down, here's the run with Martin. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr, and he locates Luke Wilson. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll run. Martin. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half. and they've had the ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The second down run for Abdullah. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
It's a gain of 2. And the Vikings first down.
On first down, it's Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Brought down back at the 29-yard line.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 6.
On third down, Cousins. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Carr, and finding the tight end Wilson. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
First down, Raiders.
Carr now on first down. It's Williams on the catch. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On the draw, Carr leads to Washington. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Here they got the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 36, Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Martin. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up
on second down, Washington. And an alley to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Carr's throw here caught by Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run. Martin. There goes Martin, first down and more. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Carr going to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. A quick throw there out to Williams. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Caught. It's Wilson. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run with Abdullah. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
The tackle made by Jonathan Abrams.
From the 39, Cousins. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And the pass complete to Ryan Grant. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. Draw play, Washington. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Washington's got it. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Carr, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr, and Wilson has it. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now Carr. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Derek Carrier, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Carr completes it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, they'll throw with Carr. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Carr now to throw. He's got it. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. The quick slant caught. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play. Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Throwing, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Cousins pass intended for Stephon Diggs. Incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
the kicker. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. J.J. Nelson, 76 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They go jet sweep. This is Taylor. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Defense.
Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Again, it's Cook. Offensive. Cook stripped. The ball's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Now Cousins. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Cook. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marched off another 15 against your squad.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr hauling it in, Nelson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. To throw, it's Carr. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a second down. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Here we go, G, get off the field.
And he whips that one incomplete there. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And now it's second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Now Carr to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Makes the score Vikings.
So put 3 on the board, but from that far into enemy territory, probably hoping for more.
Yeah, I think they're going to get together on the sideline and talk about it, right? Because you get that far, that deep, you want to come away with a touchdown. They'll take the 3, but they're going to file away for the future.
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Cousins on the keeper.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Minnesota, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.